All right, so we're doing Dutch car stuff today. Got a ton of stuff to do on this car to get it ready, as you guys know. One of the problems we had was the Edelbrock heads that were on the old motor have a 202 valve. They're not going to clear the stock pistons, which we found out. So I'm fortunate to have an old set of 1.9 valve Edelbrock heads here, and we just got to get them cleaned up. And I've got my supplies here. What I got is a box of shims. We got our valve lapping tool and some valve lapping compound. So we're going to get these guys cleaned up. We're going to put a set of new seals that I picked up on the heads. And when we're done with it all, I'll slap them on the motor, make sure we have piston to valve clearance, and then hopefully we're going to be ready to go. So yeah, I got to get rocking. We got to get this project together, and we're running out of time to get to that car show that we want to get to. So here we go. Okay, guys, got them all tore apart. Got a little bit of cleanup to do, but nothing major. So pretty excited to have these guys, and we're gonna run them. I'm excited to have them. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. And I got to remember to not start porting these things because I don't have time to do it. So all right, so this chamber's got some marks in it. Kind of looks like something may have gone through the combustion chamber, or I don't know if it was sliding around on the floor. I know these heads were on the floor. So I decided I would start with this combustion chamber first and the valves in it to do my work in case any problems came up. And unfortunately, we have new problems. So our exhaust valve won't fully shut. Shine the light in there. I'll show you here. It won't go in any further. It's bent. There's our intake valve. I'm just going to push on it. See, it won't shut anymore. That guy's bent too. So it wasn't possible to see that there was an issue before the way the valves were situated in there when they're turned. Like that. Actually, I guess you can kind of see it if you look at it, but it's difficult when the chamber is dirty and whatnot. So what are we going to do now? Well, I'm going to smooth out this combustion chamber. I'm going to order 2 valves. I'm going to lap the rest of the valves, get the springs in, have everything else ready for when we get these 2 valves. It's not a big deal. Just a couple of valves, a little more time. I'm super excited to have these heads, and I'm really thankful. To have them. So these are going to be great. So we got the valves lapped up on that chamber. Starting on this one, I just got some of my valve grinding compound in there. A little stick. Until I get the finish I want. So I'm trying to keep costs down on this thing. Lap the valves. Everything's looking pretty good. And we need 2 valves for this combustion chamber, as we mentioned before. So I found here a dent in the surface, and I can catch it pretty good. It's right where the firing is. And then this side, right here, it's actually pitted in both spots. It's pretty rough. And so there's not much I can do with that here at home. So I think we're going to take it to the machine shop and have it cut. Or else it's just going to be a problem. So as much as I love to do things on the cheap, there's still a right way and a wrong way. We'll get this done, get it back, and then hopefully we'll get this engine running. But once again, that's going to push us back a little further time-wise. So, all right, so the heads are back from the machine shop. We've had 15 thou taken off them. I've got these combustion chambers and valve seats prepped to put our valves back in. However, we're short a couple of valves on this end. Those 2 were bent, so I'm waiting for those to come in. So we're going to assemble everything except for those 2 valves and get ready. All right, folks, that's as far as I can go on this cylinder head. Waiting for 2 more valves to come in to finish it up. So we'll bag this one up, start on the next one. So I'd been in a hurry to get these heads to the machine shop, and when I disassembled it, I did notice a new problem.
The valve stem has a crazy amount of wear on it, as you can see in the pictures where the indentation is. And so not only do I need to replace some valves in this head, I need to replace some guides too. It turns out I can't get valves for almost a month. So with that in mind, I decided to get the pistons fly cut so I could use whatever heads I wanted. PSP had time to do the fly cutting, and I was hopeful this would put me ahead of the game.
All right, guys, I'm out here struggling with the Dutch car. So just recently had the pistons fly cut for the motor so we could use the 202 heads. And if you follow along with the videos, I was switching to a set of 190 heads I had. However, all the valves are bad in one of the heads. So I had the pistons fly cut so I could use the original 202 heads. So I was just out here doing a quick test and I wanted to show you guys. So number 6 has marks on the valve from where the piston, when it broke, come up and tag the valve. I was hoping if the piston was broke, maybe there wouldn't have been that much force on it. So the quick test I do is I got a can of penetrating oil here. Just going to put a bunch in there and see if it disappears. That doesn't look very good. And so I did this test already just for reference. And as you can see, it's all draining out. So when I went like this and tipped it, you can see it all run out there. And I did try this with all the others, and there wasn't. I didn't find any issues. Only the cylinder with the broken piston. Because these are all dry when I tipped them. So that's one of the ways I check for bent valves or bad valve seal. Alright guys, so at this point I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm making mistakes because I'm in a hurry. And I'm in a hurry to get to the car show, which is in about the middle of July. And I still have to get an appraisal done on the car. I need the car running before I do the appraisal. At least that's how I want to do it. I don't know which set of valves will come in first, the 190 or the 202s. The expected time frame for the valve for the 202 heads is going to be the end of June. So we're pushing it pretty tight, considering that I need to get a tune on this car with the 48-pound injectors and the supercharger and whatnot before I drive it from here all the way to Michigan. So I've got my parts on order. We'll see what comes in first. Either way, now that the pistons are fly cut, we're good to go. So I need to slow it down a bit, get my head straight. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for these parts, I had a ton of stuff that needs painted to make the underhood of this car look nice. So we'll get on that. All right, so I'm messing around with this coil bracket, trying to clean it up and make it look good so we can put it underneath the hood of the Dutch car. Just like a lot of you guys, I don't have a lot of money. What I do have is a willingness to learn, a willingness to try. I'm not afraid to fail. And the one thing I do have, though, is a lot of junk parts because I'm old and I parted out a lot of these cars in the past. So that kind of helps me sometimes, but a lot of the stuff I've been saving is going bad. Master cylinders, boosters, stuff like that sitting around, alternators, that stuff is just sitting on the shelf. It's just dying. Even distributor modules, I put a new distributor into a car. It lasts about 2 runs out before it pops. So I mean, but little hard parts like this, these are still handy for when you got something on the go. So here we go. So hope your projects are going better than mine. Till next time, thanks for watching. Bye for now.